Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Footy Travelers podcast.
What's up, everybody? Colin here.
And Mike.
Excited to bring you this episode with some last-minute need-to-know info for a very big soccer tournament right around the corner. Of course, you probably know that the European Championships are kicking off on June 14th with host nation Germany taking on Scotland, who themselves are looking for their first Euro match win since 1996.
And their first advance out of the group stage ever.
Oh, is that Scottish, Mike?
I was giving it a whirl.
If you're heading to Germany for the tournament, whether it's your first time or you're a seasoned FFT who isn't fooled by the difference between Das Tor and Der Tor, hopefully you're all set to go with match tickets, flights, accommodations, and intercity travel. Because surely you're going to see as much of Germany as you possibly can while you're over there.
If you're not all set yet, oh boy, you probably want to start booking some things.
And today's episode, Mike and I are also going to share some important notes from UEFA's event guide to make sure you are 100% bereit for a great experience in the Mercedes motherland.
So fasten your seatbelts, get ready for takeoff, and make sure your bags are packed. Though probably not in that exact order. Here we go with some need to know and some nice to know info for Euro 2024.
So, yes, Germany is on the bigger side of European countries when it comes to landmass and distances between point A to point B.
Are you fat shaming?
I'm just thinking of like Bertha or Gertrude or something right now.
I mean, you're talking about bigger side of landmass. I mean,
I'm thinking of the big buxom woman at the German Christmas market that we had in Denver last year, I guess.
We're not talking BMI.
And so you might be tempted to fly between host cities. But based on everything we've read and everyone we've talked to, don't. Take the train. Sure, we're biased toward train travel for more than one reason. But when it comes to travel for not only Euro 2024, but Europe in general, train travel is the way to go and will be your most convenient option. Not only that, it's more sustainable and environmentally friendly than flying, and it will be significantly cheaper. The German train company, Deutsche Bahn, has partnered with UEFA to offer Euro 2024 match ticket holders both discounted national train tickets for travel within Germany, starting at 30 euros for second class and 40 euros for first class, both of those one-way prices, and international train tickets for travel into and out of Germany. Match ticket holders would get a 25% discount on round-trip tickets for these trains. You can book these discounted tickets by visiting the event guide pages of the Euro 2024 website.
On top of the discounted longer distance travel, train transportation within host cities and their surrounding areas will be free for ticket holders for 36 hours around any match in a particular city, beginning at 6 a.m. on match day until 6 p.m., 1800, the following day. All you need to do is download the Euro 2024 app and be able to show your fan pass, which all ticket holders will receive access to via the app beginning June 3rd. So wait a minute, Colin, what if you're going to a match and, I don't know, let's say you're not the ticket holder. Let's say your buddy has your tickets. Can you still get a fan pass through the app and take public transportation for free?
Great question. I think I know why you're asking. And the answer is ja. However, if someone else is the official holder of your match ticket, they would need to transfer the ticket to you at whatever email address you used or will use to register for your own My UEFA account. This is an account you will need to have for the separate UEFA mobile tickets app, which I'm imagining brings us to your next question, Mike. I would bet, at least. And, yes, there is one app for your actual match tickets, and there's a different app for your fan pass. You would use the ticket app for really any UEFA match, like a Champions League game. But then your other app, your Euro 2024 app for your fan pass, has everything else Euro 2024 related.
And that app has the very lovely Euro trophy logo, like I have on my jersey here, if you ever need to know it or spot it.
It's a very nice looking jersey. I'm sure our audio listeners are really
maybe they should capture.
it in.
Maybe they should capture the 2020 Euro champion badge as well. I don't know. Maybe they would appreciate that.
If they were Italian fans.
They all should be. They all can't be, though.
Mm.
Anyway, moving on. That said, the Euro 2024 event-specific app will offer you other features like event info for each match, live travel, and stadium alerts, because why wait in line like sheep if you don't have to? Public viewing in fan zone locations, as well as city and stadium guides for each host city.
If you'd like any more information on all things footy travel for Euro 2024, especially city-specific info for whichever host cities you'll be in, I highly recommend heading to the event guide for each host city on the tournament's website. These city-specific pages are great for the stadium travel sections that they each have, with things like maps of the stadium areas with the closest metro stops and also the walking distances between them, as well as lists of travel times between the stadiums and other major sites or landmarks in each city, like the airport and the fan zones. Remember that each host city will have at least one fan zone or public viewing area to watch matches occurring in that city at the very least. Some larger host cities are showing most or even all Euro matches. There's a post in our Instagram feed with that info, or again, head to the Euro 2024 website.
I will say that this website was the first place that I went to when looking to book any hotels or trains, as the cities are quite large. And so if you want to walk to the stadium or you want to be near it rather than having to take any type of public transit, I would advise, if you already know where you're going to be in terms of cities, go to their website. It does a great rundown of it. I highly recommend it. That's how I planned the first few days of my trip.
Even though we won't have time to do so at each stop we'll be making in Germany this summer, you might want to do something with cultural meaning beyond the footy. Even though, if you did only attend soccer games, you'd still have a good time. So what can you get yourself into outside the grounds in each Euro 2024 host city? Let's start with the city that's starting the tournament, Munich, Germany's third largest city and the capital of Bavaria. If you don't want to wander too far from the footy, you could just stay within the boundaries of Olympia Park, where the stadium and fan zone will be, and hit the Olympic Tower for panoramic views of the city. From there, you'll probably be able to see BMW's showcase building, the BMW Welt, and the accompanying museum, just a 15-minute walk from the tower. If you'd prefer a view of things from the Old Town central area, consider climbing the tower of Munich's oldest church, St. Peter's. You could also explore some street art and cafes in the hip neighborhood of Glockenbachviertel. Glockenbachviertel? Glockenbachviertel.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Or, regardless of your personal ideals, for the sake of edification, you could check out the Munich Documentation Center for the History of National Socialism, which apparently offers some insightful exhibitions on the history and impact of National Socialism.
The United States.
That's a different accent. That's not the one I was going for. On the history and impact of National Socialism in both Munich and Germany at large. Of course, there's always the Biergartens. Over 100 of them, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Fast forwarding to the end of the tournament to the city hosting the final, Berlin, Germany's biggest city on several measures, as Germany's capital in a city with a lot of history.
Oh, what happened there?
There's obviously a ton to do and see in Berlin.
One less thing to see since 89, though.
So inappropriate.
Just saying.
If you want bang for your buck, you could hit up Museum Island, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the heart of Berlin that's home to 5 world-renowned museums. There's also Checkpoint Charlie, the famous border crossing point between East and West Berlin during the Cold War, and the Holocaust Memorial, which is only a short walk from what is probably Berlin's most iconic landmark, the Brandenburg Gate, the symbol of Germany's reunification. Of course, there's always the Biergartens.
Of course, it's probably Brandenburg Gate? Question mark?
What did I say? Brandenburg?
I think so.
Let's go, Brandon.
Brandenburg.
Let's go, Brandenburg.
In between the biggest matches in Munich and Berlin, the rest of Germany has plenty more to offer. In Köln, you might visit the Shrine of the Three Kings, an exquisite gold reliquary believed to contain the remains of the biblical Magi.
Ooh, is it like smell like cologne there too?
I have no idea. Probably like frankincense at the very least.
Well done.
Frankincense. Or you could just stroll the Rhine promenade and enjoy a cold Kolsch.
In Dusseldorf, if you've got money to blow, go check out Ko, the upscale shopping street more officially known as Konegs Alley. I mean, that's my interpretation of the pronunciation, and we're just going to stick with it.
Okay. Koenigs Alley.
I mean, it's an alley, right? That's
Königsallee. Königsallee. Yeah, who knows? Honestly, guys, go there yourself. Ask around.
Koenigsalley.
See if anyone looks at you funny.
Koenigsalley. That seems too... It's not... Anyway, even if you're not into shopping, a stroll down Ko apparently offers a glimpse of an elegant and picturesque canal.
In Frankfurt, the Romer, Frankfurt's town hall with its distinctive stepped gables, is apparently a must-see. Or if you'd prefer to stick to museums, there's the famous museum embankment on the Main, home to at least 19 of them, including the historic art museum, the Stadel.
Next up is my favorite city to try to pronounce, although compared to the other host cities, at least, perhaps just a town. Gelsenkirchen.
Oh, that was pretty bad. Let's do that
Let
one
me try
again.
it again.
Yeah.
Let me do it again. Oh my goodness. Gelsenkirchen.
I'm keeping all of these takes for this section, by the way.
Yeah, you should. Gelsenkirchen. There we go.
Gelsenkirchen.
Kirchen.
I think. I don't know.
Oh,
Again,
yeah, that's probably
We'll ask
right.
some Germans when we get there.
Gelsenkirchen. We'll try that.
Mike, what can you do in Gelsenkirchen?
There, you can find a truly unique experience in the Zoom
My man couldn't even get past the first syllable.
I couldn't even get. I mean, I got Zoom down. Zoom Erlebniswelt. How did you?
Erlebniswelt. Erlebniswelt.
Oh, Welt. Zoom Erlebniswelt. Zoom Erlebniswelt.
Close.
Did you give me? Did you absolutely gave me these on purpose?
I mean, I just need you to read the script, Mike.
Well, there's an immersive zoo called Zoom Erlebniswelt with areas dedicated to Africa, Alaska, and Asia. Sounds alliteratively wild.
I did give myself this next one because it reminds me of hamburgers, and I am the resident glutton of this crew who can't help but think of food all the time. Hamburg is home to the world's largest model railway exhibition at Miniatur Wunderland.
I think it's funny that the world's largest anything has miniature in its name.
I mean,
maybe it's like miniature hamburgers are sliders.
I think the Germans are just, world renowned for their sense of ironic humor, Mike.
Oh, funny. I thought you were going to say sarcasm.
If you want to keep things more literal, Hamburg also hosts Speicherstadt, the largest warehouse district in the world.
Moving on to Leipzig, a city I'll sadly have but a short stay in. While Colin may want me to recommend another zoo with a funky name, Leipzig's being home to a special tropical rainforest themed area called Gondwanaland. Gondwanaland. I promise I know how to read. It's just on the spot. Gondwanaland. Or I guess if it's a W, it needs to be V, so it's Gondwanaland.
I'm trying not to burst out laughing into my microphone. I think one of those is right.
I mean, you shoot a bunch of shots, and one of them is going to go in
Eventually.
We're going to go Gondwanaland.
All right. So you're not going to recommend that though.
I'm actually going to mention Leipzig as the city of music.
Okay.
And the one where Johann Sebastian Bach spent time living, composing music, and ultimately dying in.
Ooh. Dark.
Yeah, a bit. If you're in Leipzig, you could visit the Bach Museum and Archive. And if you're in town early enough in the tournament, you can check out Bachfest, running until June 16th.
After Leipzig comes Dortmund for you, I believe, Mike. And it's the city where the Footy Travelers will finally come together on our intercontinental summer tour.
What is the German word for rendezvous?
Der Rendezvous?
Rendezvous. Woo.
Also, not a lot of time here for us, but for those that will have more time, there's the on-brand German Football Museum, the brewery turned art gallery, Dortmund U.
Dortmunder.
What are you talking about?
See, you can do, this goes two ways.
Underwear! Dortmunder U.
I barely know her. Oh, I got him. Yes.
Woo-wee! Listeners, if we're actually keeping any of this section right here, we apologize for turning a 30-minute episode into a 3-hour episode. But you know what? That's sometimes
it's worth it.
That's showbiz, baby. I can't even say baby. This is utterly ridiculous. Anyway, Dortmund, go to those places, or just, I don't know, stroll through the Westfalen Park.
Wow, we nailed that one.
Or just it's less funny when I think about editing.
Last but not least, Stuttgart, a place we will have some leisure time in. In one word, auto. Stuttgart is home of both the Mercedes-Benz and Porsche museums. Places not only displaying some awesome cars, but also sites in and of themselves from an architecture point of view.
And by that, he means auto. Auto.
Right, that was the Americanized auto.
Hey, bro, check out my auto. I'm from Balmer.
Auto.
And really, when it comes down to it, wherever you find yourself this summer, whether it's Germany or elsewhere, but if you're in Germany, whatever you do, you'll be in an incredible place. Get out there and see some cool stuff. And then go enjoy the footy.
And don't forget...
the Biergartens?
The Biergartens.
The Biergartens. You know what else listeners shouldn't forget, Mike?
I believe I do be loud,
be proud,
and be good to each other.
Ooh, we got through it. I don't think this is going to make the video episode. I don't think it's going to make the video episode.
I don't think you edit anything. I think this, and I'm like not even joking. I think this is fucking
solid
class.
Gold. Solid gold.